What up, people? This is Weem coming to you from Windsor, the home of wind answers. Judging by the way that these videos are coming out, I guess you'll have seen my my introduction of the Dark Weem, which is kind of weird because I've not actually filmed it yet. So, but I know it's in my head and it's going to make it into my computer in the next week. So I hope you enjoyed that for Halloween. When I was really young, that's when I first saw my first horror film, and it was by accident. It was Salem's Lot, I think it was on TV. I kind of flicked over by accident. But it seemed to be that every single time I changed the channel, I seemed to be coming in at all the kind of the moments that were really freaky, and it really f***ed my head for quite a long time. I used to have to sleep with the light on, and there's a scene in the film where there's a guy that's in a prison, and the vampire creature comes along when he's in this prison. He doesn't do anything, and the door just opens, and it's like there's nothing that can stop this from happening. And that kind of freaked me out. And the thing that broke it, which was kind of weird, was probably about a year or two later, was that for some reason I was out of bed in the middle of the night, and I could kind of hear these noises coming from the other side of my bed, my bedroom door. I remember as I started to walk towards it, ever so slowly started to open up in front of me, and it just freaked me the f*** out. So this thing was just gently opening in front of me, and I'm of course kind of going, oh, and kind of punched and trying to kick the door. And then my mum walks through. She's going, what's wrong with you? What's the matter with you? What are you doing? Okay, maybe not quite like that, but and at that point I realised that there was nothing to be afraid of, really, apart from my mum, you know. Just argument, or you'd understand. No, that's not true at all. But after that, horror films never used to bother me, and I used to be really fond of the Hellraiser series of horror films. I quite liked them. But I remember the first film that kind of freaked me out again since then was The Ring. I'd gone to see it with well, she's now my ex, but I remember that we'd eaten quite a lot just beforehand, and we had a shitload of ice cream as well. So I was kind of bloated. And I remember halfway through I had to go for a piss because just all the stress and everything was working its way through my system. And I think when you're stressed it makes you pee more of it. But it was one of the few films that it really did kind of mess with my head. And even doing this for Halloween evening, having to watch the kind of the cursed video and dissect it and then make my own goofy version of it, it did kind of mess with my head a little bit. Not like I was scared or anything, but restless dreams for a couple of nights. But I remember I got the film when it came out on DVD. I was downstairs and I'd queued up the video on the TV. I was still with that same girlfriend at that point. I pulled her through because, you know, she's had some sort of morbid curiosity with it as well. I queued it up on the DVD player and got it ready, but what she didn't realise is that I had my mobile with me in my hand, and I'd pre-dialed her number in the phone, and then we watched the video. And it's one of these things that you make a phone call so often and you know the rough timings on how long it takes to dial through and then be picked up and then ring. So we started watching it, and she was like, you know, fascinated with the screen and watching all the images that were coming up. And then I knew that it was coming up to the last 5 or 10 seconds of the video. I dialed the number and we kind of looked at each other, and then her phone rang and she f***ing shit herself some chronic. She absolutely jumped out her skin. She had her phone, I think, in her pocket, and she just threw it across the room. She absolutely freaked the f*** out. And of course there was me standing there pissing myself laughing, holding my phone, and she realised what was going on, and there was a certain amount of punching and swearing and laughing and a bit of crying, and yeah. That's why I think sense of humour. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Peace out, people, and I shall catch up with you soon. See you. Right, that is it. I mean, it's...